You fear that not all is right in your world, that it is becoming more erratic and punitive. Let us, the universes, address your feelings and then your reality. Many punitive images are coming to the forefront, not to be relived, but to be erased from your list of possible actions or reactions. You are being pushed into sensing fear that happened in your 3D past and may occur in the future, instead of actually experiencing the reality of that fear. With the unprecedented influx of powerful new solar light codes we are being blessed with, and the myriad activities of light people around the world have been co-creating so far in 2025. Millions of people who are on the verge of awakening have now fully awakened. We are also being told that millions of people who are still asleep are destined to complete this awesome shift of consciousness during the remaining events that will be co-created through the unified efforts of heaven and earth in 2025. Yes, we see the uncertainty and the division. We feel the tremors of fear that ripple through the collective heart of humanity. The old systems are cracking at the seams. Your advancement has happened rather quickly, but the systems are the last to catch up. The structures that were built on separation and illusion are beginning to collapse under their own weight. Although it may feel chaotic, even painful at times, this is not the end. It is instead the birthing process of a new humanity, a unity consciousness rising from the ashes of polarity. You, dear lightworkers, way showers, empaths, and anchors of love, you are the midwives of this rebirth. We remind you that you are never alone. Across dimensions and timelines, millions of souls seen and unseen are working in concert with you. It is true that every act of kindness, silent prayer, healing touch, and inspired creation adds to the frequency of love that is now enveloping your planet. Perhaps that thought makes you angry. It's happening over there, so I should be prepared for it happening to me or those I love. Granted, this fear-monger piece of your transition history might seem as if it is imminent in your current or future life, but the reality is most likely more about the possibilities than reality. Even so, you feel compelled to revert to the actions and thoughts you maintained throughout the 3D eons. Be alert. Be careful. Hide. Run. Fear. All pieces. Your inner being is helping you eradicate. Of course, instead of erasing those 3D feelings, your media, friends, and colleagues are informing you how and when to be cautious. To hide, to shake in fear or anger, to be who you once were. If the Earth had not transitioned beyond 3D, your fears and consequent actions would be appropriate, even necessary. But you are no longer of 3D, and neither is the Earth. This truth often seems mind-boggling to people when they first hear it. For this reason, we are being asked to share the very practical information on this subject that is being reiterated at this time by the Company of Heaven for newly awakened humanity. Even if you have had this knowing for a very long time, by adding your light as you listen to these words, you will exponentially benefit those who are uniquely awakening. And we begin. The light of God is increasing on earth. This is due to myriad activities of light that have been co-created through the unified efforts of embodied lightworkers and the Company of Heaven. This influx of light is causing an awakening to take place within the hearts and minds of people everywhere. These awakening souls are beginning to ask the questions. The beings of light in the realms of illumined truth have been given permission by our God to collaborate with us in new and far more tangible ways. It is time to step up and become your own salvation. You have heard us speak before about multidimensionality. This is not just a concept, it is your inherent nature. You exist in many forms across many realities. Part of the struggle now is because your limited perception trained in the density of duality is being stretched. Time is no longer linear, truth is no longer fixed, and your identity as a single being is no longer sufficient to hold your expanding awareness. You are beginning to remember that you are vast beings of the universe. You are eternal and you are one. Embrace that unity and it will bring down the veil that creates your limited awareness. Yes, the world appears divided, but we ask you to see deeper. The illusion of separation is the final act of an old drama. Its unraveling can look like chaos, but it is actually the beginning of clarity. The divisions you see between nations, ideologies, races, and even families are coming to the surface for healing and to be released. Love is the answer now, but not the romantic, conditional love of storybooks. Instead, it is the radical, soul-deep love that sees through illusion and remembers oneness. It is the love that holds space even for those who lash out in fear. It refuses to demonize the other, honoring truth while extending grace. In this moment of great transition, that kind of love is the most powerful force in your world. You are in a different game with different actions. Actions that speak of your newly discovered inner power and knowingness that your current fears are not grounded in your new reality. While it is true that some have declared their interest in remaining of 3D, you are not among that group. You are different, as are your powers and your actions. So take a moment. Address your fears. Ask yourself what action is necessary to eradicate or significantly reduce that fear. And then ask what new direction is appropriate for you. It is as if you fear you have failed a difficult test, only to realize that you passed and do not quite know how to handle your current state. Jubilation seems appropriate, but your fears are so deeply enmeshed in your being that you have difficulties letting go of what you thought would happen. So it is for you now. What would have happened in your 3D past will not happen now, at least to those who are no longer of 3D. Yes, there are political and physical difficulties, but fearing the result of those difficulties will not change any 3D actions, nor will it allow you to move beyond your 3D fears. This unprecedented divine intervention is flooding the mental and emotional strata of Earth with sacred knowledge designed to assist humanity during these glorious but very difficult times. The divine intent of this assistance from on high is to provide the divine wisdom and the necessary tools that will help every person on the planet to discover the answers they are seeking. Our own presences have guided us through the learning experiences we needed in this lifetime to fulfill our divine plans. Our beliefs are sacred, and we are all in our right and perfect place. The information pouring forth from the realms of illumined truth is not intended to dispute our present belief systems or to tell us that what we believe is wrong. It is being given at this time to enhance what we already know and to give us greater clarity, understanding, and encouragement. As we allow the truth of this information to resonate in our heart of hearts, the distortions in our belief systems that are preventing us from reaching our highest potential will be exposed. When this occurs, we will be able to recognize viable solutions to the maladies existing in our individual lives and on the planet. What can you do? Simply a single human standing in the midst of a shifting earth. You can return to love every day. You can anchor peace in your body, choosing presence instead of panic, to act rather than react. You can be the calm in the storm, the light in the shadow, and the open heart in a sea of closing doors. You are more powerful than you know. Each of you is a node in the great crystalline grid of Earth. You are part of a living light network that is reactivating as we speak. When you stand in love, you not only change your life, but you ripple that vibration into the collective field. You lift timelines, you heal generations, you create new paths for those who walk behind you. You leave a trail of light in every footstep you take. And dear ones, you are not walking alone. Every soul you love is with you, whether embodied or not. Your ancestors, your soul family, your guides and celestial allies all are surrounding you in this great movement of awakening. These times may stretch you, but they will not break you. They will make you. You are birthing the new Earth, not as a place, but as a frequency. It is not something you will find, but something you will become.